When traveling around the state, I often get asked, what is the difference between state auditor and state treasurer? And that's a great question. The state auditor is the chief financial officer of the state, and the state treasurer is the chief investment officer. And so the state treasurer opens bank accounts, closes bank accounts, as well as maintains all of the cash. And I really have no access to the cash. But as the state auditor, I'm the only one who can write checks or make distributions out of those accounts. And so it acts as a natural check and balance. The state of Indiana, as well as counties, are the only ones that have that dual control in the Indiana Constitution. And that is because we are the only agencies that collect and distribute money, like income tax revenue or excise tax revenue, on behalf of other local units of government, and we pass it through to cities, schools, towns, and libraries. Since becoming state auditor this year, I had 2 initiatives coming into the office. The first was developing an internal control department within the office and then making it available to other state agencies. The second was enhancing transparency to make sure that the stakeholders are getting what they need. And the third I kind of developed after I had gotten into the job and started going to different meetings and realizing how much money the state spends on technology, and just picked up the initiative to unify the state's use and purchase of technology. The caveat is without creating such a bureaucracy that things take too long to get done, and so I've started that process as well. I think there are a lot of important skills that CPAs will need in the future as the role of CPA continues to change. I think the first skill is communication. I think being able to verbally communicate as well as written communication skills, as always, are vital. The other skill is emotional intelligence. Being able to understand the whole of the person, what they're saying, what their body vibe is putting out, and also in the situation that you're in, being able to come up with the best solution, because we're going to have to partner with private sector clients to bring them into the next century, and they're going to be looking for more than somebody who can just balance their checkbook or produce financial statements. So a lot of times I see it, CPAs becoming more consultants as we move into the next century. Whenever I get a chance to speak to a group of accountants or CPAs, I strongly encourage them to get involved in politics, or not even politics, but government in general, because there are lots of roles out there that are very small, maybe 2 meetings a year, where they can use their skill set. We often hear complaints about government. We hear complaints about how they're run and how they're wasting money. And the one thing that you can do to make a difference is get involved. And you can do that at a very small level. If you live in a township, everybody in Indiana does, and they have a 3-member township board. They're required to meet twice a year. You can get involved in a city council or a county council. Those are also part-time jobs where they are looking and needing somebody with a CPA skill set to just provide some reasonable discussion to the numbers. A lot of times those are passionate issues, and people don't look at the numbers to just make reasonable decisions, and I think it's important to get involved. So I encourage every CPA or accountant to get involved. It doesn't take much time, but it is a great feeling to be able to give something back.